Hello students, welcome to my video on POP and OOP. POP means procedure oriented programming. Let us see the concept of POP. The program or another problem for which we are writing the program. So that problem is viewed as a sequence of small tasks to be done, such as reading, calculating and printing. So the problem is divided into small tasks, and these tasks are sequenced properly. One function is defined per task to accomplish all tasks. So if there are 5 small tasks, these individual tasks will be performed by the individual functions. The primary focus is on functions. So like this, here there is a relation between task and functions, and as the problem is divided into number of tasks, the program is also divided into number of functions. The program is viewed as a sequence of instructions for the computer to follow. So it is as a sequence of tasks, and each task is required to perform in proper sequence, and like this each instruction will perform the task and that instruction will be followed by the computer, and in this way the program is viewed as a sequence of instructions for the computer to follow. The large programs are broken into number of functions. Just I told you that one function for one small task is defined, and like this the large programs which are written for solving the large problems are broken into n number of functions. Let us see the program structure of procedure oriented programming. So this is your main program. This main program may be divided into number of functions. Let us say function 1, function 2, function 3. So like this the main program is divided into 3 broad functions: function 1, function 2, function 3. The broad 3 functions may have their own internal functions or divided into other functions at another level. So here the function 1, that function 4 is a part of function 1. Then function 4 and function 5, these two functions are the part of function 2 also, and function 5 is a part of function 3 also. So like this function 4 is referred into function 1 as well as in function 2. Similarly, the function 5 is referred into function 2 as well as into function 3. So like this one function can be referred or called into another function to accomplish the task. Again here function 6 is referred into function 4 and function 7 is referred into function 5. So like this made the one sample hierarchy of the functions where one function may be called into another or many functions, and like this your main program can be viewed as a set or a sequence of n number of functions. The program is nothing but, just we have seen, the set of functions used to use 2 types of data. So obviously the data is required to execute the program, and there are 2 types of data: global data and local data. The global data, what is global data? It is commonly accessed by all functions. So this is a common data for all the functions, and all functions will commonly access this type of data, that is global data. Each function may have its own local data also. So apart from this global data, the function may perform the task based on its own data. So that data is called as local data, and which is local to that function only. The global data is more vulnerable to frequent changes by multiple functions, as we have seen that the global data is commonly accessed by all functions and it is frequently changing by these multiple functions. So like this there is inconsistency or the vulnerability, that is the information or the data is frequently changing by the multiple functions. The functions are action oriented and do not correspond to elements of problem. So here this is the main thing in POP, that is the functions are action oriented. They are performing task only. They do not correspond to the basic element of the problem. So the problem is having the basic elements that we will see afterwards, and the functions are not related or not corresponding to these elements of problem. Thus POP does not model real world problems, as the problem elements are not related with the functions, and like this the POP, that is a procedure oriented programming approach, does not model real world problem. So whatever the real world problems are there, if you want to try to solve this using POP, so that modeling can be done using this procedure oriented programming. Let us see the relationship of data and functions, that is the global data, local data and various functions. Suppose this is global data and there are three functions, function 1, function 2, function 3. Every function is having its own local data also. So like this, there are three sets of local data, one for function 1, one for function 2 and one for function 3. Apart from this, there are two sets of global data also for these functions, and these functions may access this global data. All these functions can access commonly this global data. So like this, with this figure you can easily understand the relationship of data and functions, that is the relationship of functions and two types of data, that is global data and the local data. Let us see the characteristics of POP. Whatever the concept we have learned just now, based on that we can list out the characteristics. First characteristic is emphasis is on doing things, that is actions or functions. So main emphasis, the main focus is on functions, actions, that is doing things, that is the doing tasks. Large programs are divided into smaller tasks known as functions. So there are smaller tasks and each task is being performed by the function. Most of the functions share global data. Just we have seen there is a sharing of data among the multiple functions, that is nothing but global data. Data move openly around the system from function to function. So through this global data, it is possible to move the data openly around the system, means around entire program, from one function to another function. Functions transform data from one form to another form. So one function is converting or operating on the global data, and like this the previous data is transformed into another type, and in this way every function may operate on that global data, and like this the transformation of data is taking place. POP implements top-down approach in the program design. So top-down, it starts from main program, then functions, again functions, and like this from top to bottom. So that is called as top-down approach. The main task, a big task, a large program is divided into small tasks. Now let us see the concept of OOP, that is object oriented programming, as compared to POP, that is procedure oriented programming. So the major motivation of OOP is to remove drawbacks for POP approach. So what are the drawbacks that we have studied in POP concept? So the OOP, the new programming paradigm and the approach OOP that came into existence to remove drawbacks of this POP approach. OOP treats both the data and function as a single unit called object. So there is a new terminology, object, in POP, and this object here is nothing but the combination of data and function. So data and functions in single unit, that is called as object. Thus the problem is composed into number of entities known as objects. Like this, there are n number of entities, and that entities that are nothing but objects, and the problem is composed into number of such objects. Data is a critical element in a program. So here the main emphasis or the main focus of this programming approach is on data, not on functions, not on action, not on doing the things. The data is most important. That is a critical element in a program. The functions the functions operate on data of objects. So just in point number 2, we have seen that the data and functions in a single unit, that is object. Now whatever the data of that objects, so whatever the functions which are the part of that object will operate on the data of that object only. The data is closely bound with functions, that is encapsulation. So like this here, if there is object number 1, it has its own function, its own data, and that functions will operate on that object's data only, and they are forming a single unit, that is just like a capsule. It is called as encapsulation. So data and functions are encapsulated together in a single unit, that is nothing but the object. So thus the data is closely bound with the functions as a part of object. Now let us see the program structure of OP. So the data of one object is accessible to functions of that object only. The data of one object is accessible to functions of that object only. So whatever the data is available of that object and functions are there, so the functions can access the data of that object only. It cannot access the data of another object. That is another meaning. The functions of one object can communicate with the functions of another object. Now if there are n number of objects, how they will communicate with each other? The communication will be through functions. Every object is having its own functions, and these functions will communicate with each other. Let us see with the help of diagram. So this is object A, and this object E is having its own data and functions. This is object B, it is having its own data and functions. Similarly, there is object C, it is also having its own data and functions. And now these are independent objects, that is A, B and C, and every object is having its own set of data and set of functions, and the arrow indicates that these functions can access or can operate on the data of that object only. Now there may be the communication between the objects. So for example, here is the communication between object A and object B through the functions. Similarly, object B and C can communicate with each other with the help of its functions, and also object A and C can communicate with each other with the help of their functions. So this is the program structure of object-oriented programming approach, which is divided into number of objects. Every object is having its own data and functions, and the objects are communicating with each other through functions or with the help of functions. So like this here, let us revise the POP approach and OP approach with the help of the diagram, particularly related to data. So in the concept of OP, we have seen that the global data and local data, the functions are having their own local data and they can operate on the global data also. While in the OP approach, every object is having its own data, that is, you can say that there is only local data, there is no concept of global data in the OP. So like this, with the help of these two diagrams, you can easily compare between the what is POP approach and what is OP approach, how the data is accessible and how the data is local and global and how the communication is done. Let us see the characteristics of object-oriented programming. First characteristic is that emphasis is on data rather than the functions. In POP we have seen that the emphasis was on functions, doing the things, actions, but here the emphasis or the focus is on data. The programs are divided into number of objects. So here object is the main element of the program. In case of POP we have seen the program was divided into number of functions. functions and data are tied together in a data structure. So there is a one data structure, that is object, in which the functions and data are tied together or encapsulated together. The data is hidden and cannot be accessed by external functions. As in the previous figure we have seen that the data is the local data, that is a part of that object only. It is not accessible to other objects, means it is hidden for the external functions, other functions. Other functions means the functions of other objects. Objects may communicate with each other through functions. In a program, communication is required. So that communication will happen with the help of functions. New data or functions can be easily added to the object whenever required. So as the functions are the part of that single object, you can easily add any number of functions at any time whenever required. And the last characteristic is that OOP implements bottom-up approach in the program design. It starts from the data, functions, object, and then the main program will be formed. So that is called as bottom-up approach. In POP we have studied that the POP implements top-down approach, while here it is bottom-up approach. Thank you for watching my video on procedure-oriented programming approach and object-oriented programming approach.